Yeah, yeah. SKOL Vikes back again. You're back again. You hear me? SKOL Vikes. Y'all know why we here. Lot to talk about tonight. Lot to talk about today, tonight, whatever you want to call it. Basically, KOC is the first target. I'm hitting all targets, and KOC is the first target. Shout out Delton in the building. Shout out Delton in the building. My dog. KOC is on the road to be shit can. Hey, Del. It is what it is. It is what it is. It might be that time. I tell you what, he should definitely be on the hot seat. He should definitely be on the hot seat, bro. You hear me? Ain't no way around it, This is ridiculous. He has been piss poor. He takes majority of the blame. Heavy, you hear me though? It is what it is. No more evading it. He can no longer escape blame. He failed the team to the highest level. He's failing McCarthy. He's failing his quarterback. Period. He's failing McCarthy. McCarthy didn't lose that game. KOC lost that game. Heavy, his play calling lost that game. Once again, you hear me? The O-line played a part in losing that game. Did JJ McCarthy play a part? Yeah. But you as your head coach, you put your you put your rookie 22-year-old baby face quarterback in a position to win. You don't have him throwing the ball all over the field when you can run the ball when you getting 5-6 yards a pop. Can have success with 79% of plays being called or passed, especially that our running backs are averaging 5.5 a pop. It's inexcusable, man. You hear me? You can't have that, dog. No way around it. Period. Why on earth would you pass that many times? Why would you pass that many times with JJ McCarthy anyway? Especially in the third and fourth quarter when they were running the ball well. Continue to run the ball. It's KOC, bro. He's in his ego. He's stuck in his ego. Period. I'm gonna get into his pressure as well, man. You know, everybody played a role, but KOC played the major role. First and 15s, you blame that on the line. You blame that on some may blame it on McCarthy. McCarthy took blame, shows you what character he has, but you blame it on your coach. Your players not ready. Your players look flat. Your team isn't prepared. Hands down, man down. You hear me? Just what it is, dog. Your team came out flat. Your team looked unprepared. Your team wasn't ready. That's on you. KOC being in his ego. It's time for him to give up play calling point blank, period, man. You hear me? Enough is enough, dog. Enough of the rhetoric, enough of the talk. We know what it is. We watch the games every week. We know exactly what the problem is. Period. His ass should be on the hot seat. I repeat, his ass should be on the hot seat. He should feel the fire. He should be on fire. You hear me? Hands down, man down, point blank, period. Inexcusable, dog. And how long can this go on? How long can KOC evade the blame? It's easy to just throw it on McCarthy, but that's not the fact. That's not the case. You got this man throwing what, 30 plus a game? A rookie quarterback? Are you kidding me? Knowing he's still a rookie, still getting understanding the game still slowing down for him, still learning adjustments, still working on his technique and mechanics. Heavy, bro. Heavy. Does he need to become more accurate with certain throws? Yeah. But KOC, you got to control the game. You got to put him in the best position to win and perform at the highest level. And KOC is not doing that. Period. Since 4 years now of inconsistent football week by week. Everybody gives him a pass. Oh, he's a good guy, a great leader of men, this and that. Boom. This is year 4. This ain't year 1, right? Come on, man. Coach of the Year award for what? The man ain't even won a playoff game, and people want to crown him the next best thing since sliced bread. Kill that noise, bro. Stop the cap, man. The man ain't won one playoff game, and you want to crown him the next best thing for what? Make it make sense. He's done nothing for real, man, except but have 2 good regular seasons. That's it. You hear me? You can't take away 14 wins, but is that all it's about? Is that all you want from your organization, from your team? If so, the Wolves need to let us know. You hear me? Let us know off the rip if they're satisfied with that. But at the end of the day, dog, that ain't enough. You 4 years in and you ain't won a playoff game yet. All this talent on the team, your defense keeping you in games, winning games, and you can't help them out. You hear me? Your offense going stagnant second half, first quarter, all 4 quarters sometimes, and you talking about coach of the year? We talking about McCarthy? Are you kidding me, baby? We talking about McCarthy when Kevin O'Connell was throwing the ball 4 times in a row in the red zone, and we speaking on McCarthy? Are you kidding me, dog? You kidding me, dog? You got 2 solid running backs in the backfield, and you throwing the ball on 3rd and 1, throwing it up, throwing it deep on 3rd and 1. And y'all know Jettas was soft on that play. Jettas looked out of sync as well. So you gotta add everything up on what was on Jetta's mind, what Jettas was going through, or what the hell he had going on. But at the end of the day, 3rd and 1, throw the ball. You can still go forward on fourth and 1 if you don't get no yards. I mean, run the ball. If you don't get it, you got 4th down to go for. You at the red zone, 2nd and 1. You run the ball. Period, man. You know? Bottom line, bro, this is ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. This all comes down to KOC being in his ego. It's starting to seem like KOC is in his ego. He doesn't want to give up play calling. He wants to do it his way, even though his way isn't working. He don't give a damn if he ruined JJ McCarthy. Seem like he just care about himself, and he's stubborn and got an attitude. You hear me? The man can't play call consistently. Period. His team don't show up and perform consistently, period. When do we really address this? When does he get checked, man? When does somebody pull him to the side and say, hey, bro, give the play calling to somebody else? You still the head coach. That don't take nothing away from you as a man, whatever, because we know KOC is in his ego. You hear me? Clear to see that, evident to see that, bro, period. You know? He act like giving up play calling will be the end of his damn career. What the fuck? Let somebody else do it, man. Give it up to McCown. Let Wes Phillips do it. You hear me? If they fail, then go back to doing it. Or if you want to continue to be the head coach, revamp your coaching style. Run the damn ball. Piss poor, dog. Period. Run the damn ball. And not just that, play calling in general. Stupid screen passes. Instead of just lining up, run the ball, hand it off, or throw it down the field, he comes with slow developing screen passes, slow developing plays, reverse calls that don't work. You hear me? Heavy, bro. He's been piss poor the whole season. It's been 4 years, and the man still ain't coached a full 4 quarters of football. Yeah, he can seem like a good guy, good family man, whatever. We saw the same thing with Kirk Cousins. Paid him all that money, let him stay around in the building, and he brung you nothing. All he did was rob the Vikings for what, 5-6 years? Seemed like that's what KOC doing, cruising his way through a nice extension to a nice damn check and not winning nothing. You hear me, dog? You know, heavy, bro. We just being real, man. Enough is enough, bro. This man has had 4 years to get it together. I don't want to hear about the roster or lack of talent because he has a rookie quarterback. JJ McCarthy can play ball. JJ McCarthy is a dog. His competitive spirit, high as hell, bro. High as hell. You see him on the field. You see his energy, how he wants to win, huh? How he gets mad when things don't go right. You hear me? And KOC, the main one, talking about, oh, organizations, teams ruin quarterbacks. Yeah, teams ruin quarterbacks. Well, what is he doing to McCarthy, huh? You hear me, dog? Is he not ruining JJ McCarthy? Good thing JJ McCarthy has high spirits. He's a real competitor, strong mentality, because he could have been thrown the towel in, been gave up. KOC ain't helping him out. KOC ain't putting him in the best position to win. You hear me? But he the main one yapping and capping, talking about, oh, organizations ruin quarterbacks. What the fuck is he doing these past 4 weeks, bro? This whole season, bro. Point blank, period, man. No cap, bro. You hear me? We talking about this and we talking about that. Come on, bro. Kill that noise. Stop that cap, man. Didn't use your fourth highest paid tight end, only 2 targets for 8 yards, goes running back, play action tight end pass. Yeah, man, does nothing. These slow ass developing tight end screenplays that don't work. You gonna throw the ball to Hawk, make him earn his pay, earn his guapino. He goes away from the short game every time. Takes forever to get Addison involved. They still got Thielen trying his slow ass on the field. You hear me, dog? Shout out Jalen Naylor for stepping up, performing well, taking advantage of his opportunity. But it's KOC, man. Period, man. You know? He's failing JJ McCarthy. He's failing this offense and this team and the fans as well. Bottom line, bro. Ain't no way around it. Heavy. Traded for Mason to only give him the ball 4 times. If I were Jordan, I'd be like, I'm hurt. You gotta, every time Jordan Mason get the ball, especially on 3rd and 2, 4th and short, he produces. He picks up the first down majority of the time. Over 60% of the time he touches the ball on 3rd and short, 4th and short. You got a bruising back. You hear me? Heavy. A bruising back, a strong back who can run the ball, and you don't give it to him on 3rd and 1, 4th down. What are we doing here? What is it really about here, man? For real. This KOC's mentality. He's stuck in his ways and he don't want to change. You hear me? We see it clear. He's stuck in his damn ways and he don't want to change, man. Bottom line. It's what it is, dog. He don't want to change nothing. Coming out there doing the same bullshit week in, week out. You got your defense playing their ass off, keeping you in the game, bro. Winning games for you. And that's how you repay them. This ain't complimentary football. It's KOC trying to do it his way for too long, and his way is failing and continues to fail. Period. Hear nothing about McCarthy, man. McCarthy this, McCarthy that. Stop the cat, man. People talking about McCarthy struggle. Why did he struggle? The only thing you can say about McCarthy is his inaccuracy at times right now. But those 2 interceptions, I'm not putting that on him. I'm not blaming that man. That was Justin Jefferson. Lack of effort, period. Now, he may have had one that was his fault. But they called that back, the one with Roquan Smith, the one he dropped. But the 2 with Jettas, man, Jettas didn't give no effort. Jettas looked sluggish. He looked out of sync the whole damn game. You hear me? Let's talk about when McCarthy zipped the ball in there, a perfect pass in the red zone, zipped that bitch in there, and Jettas didn't come down with it. Let's talk about that there round yonder, bro. Yeah, man. Talk about the O-line getting beat. JJ McCarthy scrambling for his life at times. Come on, bro. Stop the cap, man. What up, EJ? James Shouts in the building. What up, dog? KOC never called plays in LA. We can't forget that. And that's trippy right there in itself. So you telling me he goes from not calling plays to LA to coming over here to the Vikings trying to call plays now? All of a sudden he's a play caller. No wonder he bring his ass over here to the Vikings and want to take over play calling instead of hiring an offensive coordinator to manage the game, right, to help him out so he can focus on other things like a lot of head coaches in the NFL do. You hear me, dog? Period. But he want to spend 4 years calling, being trash at play calling, and act like he doing something. He's holding this team back, bro. He's holding this team back. Got JJ McCarthy throwing over 30 times. Since when? For what? The man's a rookie. The man's 22. He looked 15. you know? The man has a high competitive spirit. Put the man in position, hand the ball off, run the ball. And then on top of that, every time we start getting 5-6 yards a pop, what happens? KOC reverts back. He starts going to the pass. We saw it last game. You getting 5-6 with Jones. You come back with Mason, boom, you get 4 or 5. What did KOC do? Throw the motherfucker 4 times in the red zone and wonder why you ain't score. Huh? Come on, dog. Come on, man. Stop the cat, bro. You hear me? Come on, bro. For real, man. Stop playing, man. Ridiculous, man. Detroit and Cleveland head coaches gave up play calling. KOC can do it too, but his stubbornness won't allow him to give it up. Exactly. James shouts, you hit it on the head with a hammer, man. You hear me, though? Stubbornness, he's stuck in his ego, like most human beings are in this realm, in this world. That's all it is. What else could it be? Him wanting to do it his way, even though if it's detrimental to his team. So that tells me he must not give a damn about winning for real. He don't care about McCarthy for real, or his players for real, or the work and effort his defense is putting in for real. Obviously, that's what he's showing. He's continuing to call plays out of stubbornness, and he's not switching nothing up. Doing the same shit, getting the same results, losing, losses, bro. L. You hear me? You win one game, lose the next game. How you go beat Detroit, then you lose at home to the Ravens in a game where you really outplayed the Ravens majority of the game? You hear me, dog? Heavy, especially the first half on top of turnovers from Price, your special teams. Come on, bro. Heavy, man. Piss poor, man. No way around it, dog. Shit is getting irritating for real. What's the point for real, right? You got your defense playing their ass off, putting it all on the line. Brian Flores keeping you in the game for 4 quarters, and you can't score more than 17? Are you kidding me, baby? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Come on, man. Wayne in the building. Wayne Brandine in the building. Shout out Wayne in the building, man. Is it me, but does KLC look like Richard Carpenter? Rainy days always get me down. Wayne got the jokes tonight, man. Shout out Wayne in the building with the jokes tonight, man. It's crazy though, bro. KLC, dog. And he just continues to get away with it. Get away with it. Like the Wilfs don't say nothing to him. Like Quasi don't say nothing to him. You hear me, dog? Like make something shake, man. Make something shake. Somebody do something. Step up. He get to walk around yonder, act like he's some great head coach. Now, I'm not knocking him being a great leader of men. I'm not knocking the culture he brought to the Minnesota Vikings, right? Huh? I'm not knocking the new energy that was much needed in the atmosphere. You hear me? But at the end of the day, if you ain't winning, you having bad seasons, good seasons, bad seasons, you having first round playoff exits in a row, and now you sabotaging your rookie quarterback. Now you trying to ruin your rookie quarterback's career. You can't be consistent and coach for 4 quarters, and it's been 4 years, and you ain't gave us 4 quarters of good coaching yet. So what you telling me here, bro? It ain't about that. Period. It's about KOC being in his ego and nobody checking his ass. Him feeling comfortable. Yeah. The Wilfs ain't saying, hey, bro, you in the hot seat. Yeah, this season, right now, you in the hot seat. You hear me? You don't turn this shit around, your ass is up out of here. Your ass is grass. Period. No, ain't nobody on him. Even through his bullshit, he's still getting praised and lauded. They're condoning bad coaching, man. Condoning bad play calling. Heavy. You know? It's like you just don't get it, man. You don't get it. You hear me? Yeah, dog. Come on, man. Stop the damn cap, bro. For real. When passing, the offensive lineman absorbed the hit from the defensive line. When running, they delivered a hit. How long is this joke fuck going to let us get beat up for? It's not good for morale. It's not good at all. Come on, man. It's not good at all, bro. You know? After a while, you're going to start affecting the confidence of your team, the morale of your team. Your players going to stop believing in you. Shit. Some players may have stopped believing in him already, right? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. Shit. You hear me? Believe in him for what? Heavy. Letting your players down, letting your offense down, letting your defense down, bro. Letting your whole coaching staff down for real. Because he's stuck in his ways and don't want to make the necessary changes for the betterment of the team. Well, get him the fuck out of here then. Get him up out the building then, if that's the case, bro. For real. I'm gonna get into his most recent presser and really break it down, right? See what the man talking about, bro. But at the end of the day, this is getting ridiculous, homie. For real. It's getting ridiculous, man. For real, dog. Yeah, bro. The offense looks soft. The O-line looks soft. And I understand the O-line ain't been performing the best, but KOC don't do nothing to help him out. He don't do nothing to help him get into position, help him get into a rhythm. Anytime they start performing well and run blocking, he starts throwing that damn ball again. You hear me? Heavy, bro. Period. He ain't checked himself yet. He ain't looked in the mirror yet, right? Changed nothing, bro. You hear me? Doing the same shit. Team looking soft. Team looking real soft at times. You know? Oh, and we know football players don't like to hear that. Coaches don't like to hear that. But that's exactly how the Vikings was looking yesterday. Second half. KOC's offense. Second half. Unproductive. Not moving the ball. Not moving bodies. Nothing. Come on, bruh. Get into this presser, man. Shit getting out of hand now, man. 3 or 4 games they should have won. Lost it due to KOC's lack of play calling, bad decision making. You hear me? Crazy, dog. Real. Crazy, man. See what this man gotta say, man. See just what the hell he gotta say, man. You hear me, dog?
Imagine making $453,000 in a
Go
single
ass
month
up.
as an affiliate marketer without relying on Google, Facebook, or ClickBank.
All right, good afternoon, guys. Looking at the tape, obviously.
Here we go. What are you gonna say? Looking at the tape, obviously we. He always start with motherfucking we. Obviously we. You hear me? Every time with KOC. Obviously we. No, how about you say obviously you, KOC? You hear me? You know, talk about what you did or didn't do, KOC. Why don't you start a presser for once saying, obviously, I didn't do my job. I failed my quarterback. I failed my offense. You hear me? Then get into the struggles and the problems y'all had. But start with you, KOC. Start with yourself, my dog. Check your motherfucking self, bro. For real, no cap. Every damn presser, he start with we. We this, we that. No, bro, it's you, homeboy. You hear me? You know, talk about you running the ball. Passing the ball 4 straight times in the red zone. 2 weeks in a row. Huh? 3 weeks in a row, dog. Huh? You hear me? Talk about that, KOC. Talk about you calling a dumbass pass play on 3rd and 1. You hear me? Talk about you putting your rookie quarterback in bad positions numerous times this whole season. Period. Heavy. Always starting with motherfucking we. What we did, what they did as a team or didn't do as a team. Now talk about your ass as the head coach, man. Come on, bruh. For real, man. You hear me, dog? Heavy, man. For real. Tired of that shit, homie. For real, though. Every damn presser, dog. We this, dog. We this, we fucking that. Fuck up out of here, bruh. Damn, yo. Shit irritating as fuck, my boy. For real.
What continues to jump out, is a lot of the self-inflicted. You play a good team like that, lose a turnover battle, and have the kind of penalty issues that we have, that we had. Ultimately, never really give ourselves a chance to win the game, despite there were some good things on the tape as well. Execution-wise, when we were able to not stop ourselves.
He always talks about the good things on tape. We know it was good things on tape. It's always good things on tape from a game, correct? Besides the Chargers game, but it's always good things you can take away from a game. But the problem is, it's not consistent. Week in, week out, KOC. It's no fucking consistency. You hear me, dog? That's the biggest conundrum. It's no consistency. You're not consistent as a head coach, as a play caller. Then he want to talk about penalties, boom, and turnovers, boom. Well, you had 8 false starts. That shows me your players weren't prepared. Where does that start with, KOC? Who takes most blame in that situation? You, for your team not being ready, not being mentally locked in. You, KOC. You hear me, dog? It all goes back to you, bruh. Your team being unprepared. Your team being at home and having 8 fucking false starts, not being mentally locked in and zoned in, you KOC. It's your play calling. The reason that drives stall, good drives, you're getting yards, you stalling the team out, hurting the team. Yeah, man. Now I know sometimes it's due to lack of execution from your personnel. We understand that, right? Correct. You hear me? But at the end of the day, you ass wipe. You hear me? It's on you, KOC. You're the reason for the domino effect. Stupid ass screen passes going for negative yards. Dumbass throws going for negative yards. You hear me? Passing on 3rd and short, and and your quarterback and throwing an interception. That's you, KOC. You hear me? Heavy, bro. Choosing to pass at the wrong time and McCarthy gets sacked or he's under pressure. Heavy, homie. You hear me? It's you. Falls back on you, bro. For real. Come on, man. Facts, though. We know what's going on, though. We know what's going on, though. You know what I mean? His hands in his pockets mean he's hiding something. He always want to pass the buck. You hear me? Just like this fucking world, the real man, top to bottom. The ones at the top want to pass the motherfucking buck. You hear me, dog? That's all he want to do. Oh, we didn't do this. We didn't do that. We set ourselves back. No, it's your motherfucking ass. KOC, you hear me? Heavy, bro. For real. That's what it is. Who it is. You. You take majority of the blame, homeboy. You hear me? And I rock with KOC, man. I really do. Much respect for him. I want to see him win. I want to see the Vikings win, dog. For real. But I refuse to nut ride and act like he Mr. Perfect. No, he been fucking up a lot. For 4 years and big moments, he been fucking up a lot, bro. Period. He needs to give up play calling. Give it to McCown or give it to Phillips or somebody else. Period. Every week he talking about what need to change and he don't change a damn thing. You hear me? Heavy, dog. For real. Period, bruh. Enough is a fuck enough. Swear, man. Damn shame, man.
Baltimore made some plays, but we've got to get right to work on the tape. That's what we're doing now with the players, and make sure we, as I told them, the frustration of yesterday needs to be fueled by the conviction and the determination for tomorrow, and having a really good week of prep and making sure we solve some of the things, both with real communication and dialogue of what happened, specifically in regards to the cadence. When you look at it, 5 of those false starts coming on 1st and 10 in many cases, with some continued, runs called and chances to stack some positive plays in the run game. And then you're 1st and
I mean, how does that even sound? You get 8 false starts at home, at the bank. You should be comfortable at home. Are you kidding me? And JJ McCarthy took full responsibility for that, even though he shouldn't have. And even if it was because of his cadence, you hear me? Why is his cadence off? Once again, that reverts back to you not having him prepared or miscommunication, KOC. Period, man. Every time, Delt. Every motherfucking time, Delt. Right? Right. I ain't heard him say my fault. I'm taking blame for this and that. Nothing. He ain't said shit about himself yet, bruh. You hear me, dog? Blaming everybody else. Everybody else talking about we. Won't he say me? Come on, man.
15 against a team that plays some unique things and challenges on 3rd down. Kind of tilts the what you want to do as an offense and how we wanted to play the game away from us. And then the remaining 3 came on said weighty downs, 3rd downs, and 4th down. So critical. We had a couple defensive penalties, a pass interference, and then the rough in the passer I thought was an unbelievable rush by Dallas. Great game there, working with one of the inside guys and gets there with a ton of force. Just got to make sure we don't, fully, the body weight rule is what it is. And that was the exact reason for that rule. So
I understand the rule, but that was a soft ass call though to me, man. I understand, like, come on, bro. Like, what do you do in certain situations? Like, okay, you can call it roughing the passer, correct? But at the end of the day, bro, this is fucking football. He didn't drive him into the ground. Yeah, he fell on him, right? Definitely fell on him. That's a soft lead call, though, bro. Softball call. The man made the tackle. He didn't dig his head in the chest. He didn't really slam him to the ground. He really just fell on top of him. And okay, all right, boom. You give it to him. You give him the penalty. But at the end of the day, some of this shit, these NFL referees calls and some of this shit they calling needs to be revamped, bro. Some of these rules needs to be revamped, dog. For real, you hear me, dog? No cap. Point blank, period, man. This shit need to be revamped and no cap, bro. Some of this shit is ridiculous, man. They doing a little too much. Getting too flag friendly. For me, in my opinion. Come on, man. That was a good physical down tackle, period. Pussy isn't about what the Ravens do on defense in 3rd down. They suck. You can't beat the 26th ranked defense. Come on, bro. And talk about the 3rd and 1. And I guarantee you, Delt, none of these guys are going to ask the tough questions. He's been talking for what, a minute, 2-3 minutes max, and I guarantee none of these questions will really press him and touch him and press a button, dog. You know why? Because even the Vikings media, majority of them, they gotta play by the rules. Certain shit they can't ask, I'm sure. So the real questions, the real deep questions, they too pussy and scared to ask that. You hear me? Like asking why you throw it on 3rd and 1, why not run it? Why do you continue to put McCarthy in bad positions? Ask him that. You hear me? Why you in the fucking red zone, KOC, and instead of running the ball once, you don't even run the ball once. You throw it 4 times. You hear me? You throw it 4 times in a row. You hear me, dog? Are you kidding me, bro? And you got timeouts, and there's about 6-7 minutes left in the game. Won't they ask him that? You hear me, dog? Ask him why for 4 years he ain't coached a full 4 quarters yet, and he winning coach of the year awards and shit. He ain't won one playoff game yet, and he winning coach of the year awards and shit, bro. You hear me, dog? Why does it feel like he's walking a similar path that Kirk Cousins walked when he was in Minnesota? Won't somebody ask the real questions, man? You hear me, man? Ask him that, bro. No cap, man. You hear me? Ask him if JJ McCarthy is to blame for the cadence or using the wrong cadence, which I don't see how in the hell you can put that on JJ McCarthy. If anything, you put that on KOC for his team not being locked in and for the fucking offensive lineman committing false starts at home. When you should be comfortable as hell, it shouldn't be no communication, especially not with the snap count. You hear me, dog? Motherfuckers want to put this on McCarthy. Oh, McCarthy struggled. McCarthy did this. I'm going to talk about McCarthy later and show you how great McCarthy is and how much of a competitor he is, bro. You hear me? But we're going to take this in segments. We're going to take our time with this, baby. You hear me? Segments. You hear me, dog? And first, KOC, we on his ass. Enough is enough, bro. All these nut riders, man, acting like KOC can do no wrong. What has he done? What has the man done besides have 2 really good regular seasons in his 4 years here? 4 years of the new fucking regime. You hear me, dog? That's it. I ain't taking away the success he had. 14 wins is tough to do in the NFL, regular season, whatever, but we need more. You want more. I know a lot of Vikings fans, the Minnesota Viking way is cool with the Vikings being average, being mediocre, continuing to only be a first-round playoff team. Oh, yeah, it's some fans that are cool with that. They would be satiated with that. Deep down in their soul, they would rock with that, rock and roll with that. But me, you hear me? Being a true fan, a real fan, the big ass, huh? Yeah, dog. Hell to the no, bro. We want more. I want to see them boys win, man. They got the talent to win. Enough is enough, homie. Period. Heavy, bro. Got to be real here, right? At some point, we got to be motherfucking real.
Just some, real momentum changing plays. I thought our defense did a lot of really good things against a very talented offense. And then obviously the special teams turnover at that point in time in the game was very much an incredibly shifting play to kind of change how the duration of the game played out. But I've got to do a better job coaching this team. Clearly, when you have, pre-snap issues like that.
There we go. About time he said what he just said. He got to do a better job coaching this team. There you go, KLC. About time, baby. That's what we've been waiting for, right? That's all. That's it. Take some damn responsibility. Take some blame, bro. You hear me? Now let's see where it goes from here. Let's see where he goes with it from here round yonder. Shit, bro. That's where he should have started first. He got to take blame. I got to coach this team better because it's on you and coaching. Yeah, and your coaching staff. Heavy.
Both in game, not just relying on position coaches and Wes to get things fixed and flip over to the defensive side. I got to be directly involved with some of those things, and watched them all on the TV copy, listened to them all. We have the benefit of kind of going through each one as its own thing, and don't know if there's necessarily the smoking gun that maybe I thought yesterday. It's a variety of a couple things, but we've got to make sure we fix it, and we will. Looking ahead, I did want to update you guys. Got some good news on JG, Jonathan Grenard. See how he does throughout the week. He's sore today, but we'll see if he can get some time in this week on the practice.
Shout out Grenard. Shout out Jonathan Grenard. Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully it's nothing serious. You need a player like Grenard. can't replace a Grenard at this moment in the season, right? You know, pass rusher, outstanding defender. So hopefully he's okay. He can bounce back and play versus the Bears, the scanless Bears, dog, in a division game, right? Heavy. Shout out Howland SKOL, Soul Brother in the building. Howland SKOL, Soul Brother in the building. It still seems like he deflecting blame. Oh, he was at first, Howland. He was at first, Howland. Believe that, bro. You hear me? Yeah, he was definitely deflecting blame at first, but I think right and really that was a quick little segment, quick little few seconds of him even taking blame as well. You hear me, dog? You know? Yeah, right. He spent a long time talking about we, but when it came to him, he kind of sped that up, right? He kind of sped that up round yonder. You hear me, dog? Heavy, man. We gonna see, bro. We gonna see, Howland. You hear me? We gonna see, dog, for real.
Field and potentially be available for this Sunday, but I do think we avoided a long-term injury with him. Theo Jackson cleared the concussion protocol this morning, so he should be a full participant and be back this week. Josh Oliver should return to the practice field and work his way up to hopefully giving us some snaps on Sunday. And then Ryan Kelly, we're still figuring out exactly when it takes place, but barring anything changing here, anticipate maybe opening his window at some point in time soon.
Ryan Kelly, man. Ryan Kelly, I don't know. Hopefully he returns and stays healthy, but them concussions his whole career, the injuries he's facing, I mean, he could potentially not really play again, right? Heavy. Just being real here. He could really not maybe play again, dog. For real. You know? Very concussion prone. Very dangerous, man. So I respect the fact they're taking their time with him. But at the end of the day, don't be surprised if you don't see him return. And do we want him back on the field? Yeah. But at the end of the day, bro, you're talking about a potential dangerous situation. Facts. Howland SKOL. Facts, man. Real quick, wasn't it? Real quick, ain't it? You're
here. You also may see some guys limited or get a day here and there, but it's that time of year as we kind of shift into November, into December, where we want to have a fresh team as much as possible for the game. But NFC North game at home, we're 2-0 in the division. Bears are playing really well. Ben's doing a great job. You know, DA's doing a great job with that defense, forcing a lot of turnovers. That's been a problem for us. So we need to make sure we put together a plan that limits their ability to do that, and then we've got to get the execution out of all 11 to make sure that we're not doing anything from a self-inflicted standpoint to limit, you know, yesterday having over 6 yards of play and sustaining some a good start again and just not able to sustain it with the kind of consistency that we need. And to me, that, you know, falls directly on me.
Well, at least he finally said that. At least he said that fall directly on him, because it does. So at least he admitted that much, right? You hear me? We can give him that, dog, for real. And the Bears ain't no slouch. Everybody say the Bears are still the Bears. We gonna see, man. You hear me? But they're 6-3 for a reason, even though they ain't played nobody for real. But they're coming to US Bank. I'm expecting a much better performance. I ain't gonna sit here and say the season over. I don't believe in this team. Oh, I believe in this team and the talent on the roster. But if this team is inconsistent, this team ain't gonna win shit. You hear me, dog? And if they come with that lackluster performance like they did versus the Ravens, you hear me? They're gonna get their ass beat again and be in a horrible predicament. Straight up. Talk about season over, talking about climbing out of a hole. Oh, yeah, bro. You lose to the Bears? Yeah. So you might want to lock in and go win. I repeat, they might want to lock in and go win the damn game. You hear me, dog? And play Vikings football. And it starts with KOC, just like he said. Period. You know? Playing around, dog.
And Kelly, just how is he doing? And then what can you share about what those conversations are like with him about coming back?
Yeah, we, you know, when we put him on IR, you know, the phrase I used for him was I wanted him banging down my office door to get back on the field. And You know, he's doing really well. He got some really good work in on the side field last week. Really no issues whatsoever, and that was kind of the hope, knowing that the anticipation was, you know, we would hopefully open his window at some point and get him back practicing, and then see, you know, how he responds to that. You know, actually getting on the practice field, getting in the huddle a little bit. But he's doing really well. You know, he wanted to go through a full weekend, stayed at the hotel and everything on Saturday, kind of getting back into what that rhythm kind of looks like. So very encouraged with where Ryan's at, and I know he is too.
Kevin, as you go through the play calling sequence, when you have those false starts and it's 1st and 15, how much does that change the likelihood of running in the spots, knowing down a distance being where?
Well, I think the thing you run into, Ben, is like you're going into a 1st and 15, so you're really kind of limiting, you know, the under center stuff. You know, the defense can then take a little bit more risk, whether it's pressures into runs or forcing you to have to maybe get.
So what is 1st and 15, KOC? So what is 1st and 15? Just because it's 1st and 15 don't mean you got to go shotgun. Just because it's 1st and 15 don't mean you can't run the ball, period. Heavy. Or just because it's 1st and 15 doesn't mean you can't work your quick game, et cetera, right? He's talking about because it's 1st and 15, we're backed up, I'm forced to throw the ball. You're not forced to throw the fucking ball. You hear me? Heavy, dog. It's 1st and 15. You gain 5-6 yards on a run. It's back to regular down yardage. So what are you talking about here, man? I don't care about you being backed up, period. Run the damn ball. Talking about 1st and 15 like that's an excuse to always have to throw it. No. You know? It was a certain point in time in the second half when they was clearly getting 5-6 yards a pop, and he go back to running the damn ball because they have a bad play. You hear me, dog? What you talking about, man? Fuck out of here, homie. Oh, it's 1st and 15. You got to throw? No, that's not how it works. That's not how the cookie crumbles, man. Come on, man. You better than that, KOC. You know better, man. Come on, bro. You 4 years in, and you talking about because it's 1st and 15, you got to throw? Fuck out of here, bro. Stop the cap. Poppycock, boy. You hear me? You know, Dalton? You averaging 5.5 yards a rep, and you talking about you forced to throw the ball on 1st and 15. Stop that, man. Kill that noise, man. For real. Like, try and get jiggy with that shit, boy. You hear me?
To a secondary run because of some of those looks. So a lot of times what you do is you activate some of your gun runs, but then, you know, once again, those plays can be determined a lot by, you know, some triggers of whether we're going to have a post-snap response and maybe throw the ball anyway on a bubble or some sort of variation to kind of have a solution for a run problem. So a lot of times you're just trying to get back on track to, like in many of the cases, we were able to get to a 2nd and 8, you know, after being 1st and 15, or immediately, like, you know, we completed a ball to Jordan Addison for 20 plus on a, you know, and called the same play that we had called on the 1st down sequence. But with the disappointing ones are the ones where you've stacked a couple good runs, and in some cases explosive runs, 10 plus, and then you're just trying to continue to see if you can keep that early down, not only efficiency, but you're stealing chunks.
Yeah, KOC, exactly. How many times have we seen this whole season where you're stacking up yardage, running the ball, and what do, KOC? You stop running. How many times have we seen that, dog? You stop fucking running out the blue because you want to switch it up, because you want to change it up. Fuck that. You know, if the run's working, sometimes force that bitch and continue to run the ball till they stop it. Prove they can stop it, dog. You hear me, huh? You know, if the run's working, I don't care how many yards you're getting, you want to change it up. No, that's you being in your ego, feeling like you want to do something your way and making stupid decisions and setting your team damn back. Bottom line, bro, that's what it is. He just made it very evident. Oh, it's times you getting 10 yards of boom, boom, 10 yards of carry, but sometimes you want to switch it up or feel like you need to do something else. Something else for what? Bitch, yeah. Run the ball, man. I don't care if you run that motherfucker 40 times. You hear me? You getting 5-6 yards of pop. Run the ball. Period, man. Come on now. Come on, Howland. We know what it is. Come on, Delta, man. Enough is enough, bro. He just finding excuses, man, for his piss poor actions. Sound like this shit right now. The man just said, oh, you stacking up yards, sometimes 10 yards a carry, but you want to do something different. Try to get the defense out of position. For what? Run a damn ball, bro. Period. The fuck? Come on, man.
Of yardage with those plays, and now, you get into 1st and 15, and you have to. There's a lot more variables come up from a standpoint of solving problems that could either create more negatives or limit your ability to use tempo. Things that then help you kind of tilt the scales back to even though you got to get 15 instead of 10. But yeah, looking at the stat line and all those things, would have loved to, have a sequence of the end of game where we could stay true normal football and be able to keep running it, because I thought the guys did a good job. We got off to a slow start in the run game, but we're able to offset it with going 3 for 4 on 3rd down early on in the game, put the ball in the end zone. Thought we had a chance on, that 3rd and long play. Where we threw the ball back to JJ, kind of got the whole defense flowing, and we just had to make one block and didn't make it. And that could have been 4-4 to start the day on 3rd down. Then you get the
Shout out to real Joe. Shout out to real Joe Damage in the building. Shout out to real Joe Damage in the building, man. You're absolutely right, EJ. Run the dog on ball. Run the ball, man. Run the ball, man. Come on, Joe. We know what it is, Joe. The man just said it's time just stacking up runs 10 yards a pop. So why the fuck would you stop running? You hear me, KOC? Come on, man. Somebody riddle me this. If you getting 10 yards, boom, here or there, 6 yards here or there, why the hell would you stop running? Make them stop it, period. And if you do throw, make it be a smart play call. Don't do a dumb, slow-ass developing screen pass. You hear me? Hit them with the quick game. You hear me, dog? Especially if your O-line is struggling past blocking, period. Make it make sense, bro. You hear me? Fuck out of here, man. Come on, man. Shout out to real Joe in the building. Crazy work, dog. For real. Calling plays scared based on what someone else does, not based on what we do. Weak shit. Delton going in tonight, man. Delton on one tonight, man. You hear me, dog? 3rd and 1, you want to throw it 50 yards down the field? Facts. Come on, Joe. Ridiculous, man. Makes no damn sense. 3rd and 1, run the ball. You're going to go for it on 4th down, run it again. Just like the 3rd and 3 when they was in the red zone. 3rd and 3. Run the ball on 3rd and 3. You'll get a yard or 2. You might even get the 1st down and be in a better situation. What did KOC do? Hell to the no. He just, for some reason, he got to throw that bitch. He just got to throw it. Boom, sack, false start, bad throw, drop pass, McCarthy under pressure, scrambling for his life. You know the domino effect, etc., 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 right? You hear me? Come on, man. Damn, dog.
run game going. But like I said, those are all what ifs and shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and we did not.
The leads are broke. You just don't understand. They don't have the money. They have fear. They just want to do it later. Look,
Kevin, what do you like most about Jalen Naylor? He's really been calling in some unbelievable catches lately.
I've tried to make any opportunity, and you guys have done a good job noticing him before yesterday and asking me about him throughout the year. You know, what does he mean to our offense and the role he's playing? Jalen basically had the same game he's had, throughout the season. He just, got some big targets and some big moments, and continues to just impress me with his physicality on early downs in the run game.
Shout out Jalen Naylor. Shout out Speedy, man. Period. Shout out Speedy. Had a big game. Had a big game versus the Ravens. Shout out Jalen Naylor for stepping up, man. You know, finally stepping up for real. That's what we've been waiting for. That's a positive sign, a plus. Hopefully they can build on that moving forward the rest of the season. But shout out Speedy, bro. You hear me? No cap.
His ability to, I mean, he had some really good blocks on Kyle Hamilton fitting in there in the box in the run game. And then just, you saw the speed on the first, the third down long ball, the run after catch, turning that into a 60-plus yard gain. The touchdown on the fourth down, really where we kind of got an unscouted look. I think they'd run that coverage one time all season compared to some of the other things they were running. And that's what happens when you're in a 4th and 5 and put yourself in a long sequence and go backwards, self-inflicted wise. You could get something like that. And I thought JJ made an incredible throw and heck of a catch by Jalen Naylor. Still, would have loved to get more out of the target share to some of our other players, trying to get, those guys going. But yeah, I thought Speedy was huge for us.
Getting a little chilly up in this bit. Give me a little sweater on, man. Give me a second, man. Gotta get my food too, man. A little chilly here though, around yonder, man. Yeah. He said those are based on what ifs, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I can't buy into that. Come on, man. You running the ball well. Continue to run the ball till they fucking stop it. You hear me, dog? Heavy. You gonna do it, hit him with a play action over the top, dog. Do something smart. You hear me, dog? Heavy, bro. No cap. You hear me, dog? We know what smart decisions are. If you want to pass the ball, it's smart play calls you can make. Period, man. You want to pass that damn much? All right, boom. You want to try to throw the defense off? Whatever you're saying, whatever he's claiming. All right, bet. Okay, let's just say that's what it is. A smart decision. Have a smart play call then. Dial up something that makes sense. You hear me? Not no dumbass screenplay or no dumbass slow developing play or no dumbass 50-yard bomb to jet us. Just cause you're in your damn ego. You hear me? When you got a rookie quarterback back there who's a true competitor, a true warrior on the field, but he's still learning, still adapting, still got things to work on. The game is still slowing down for him. And the biggest thing I stand on is him just working on being more accurate with certain throws down the field. You hear me? But McCarthy ain't going to sit here and bash his game and act like he's the reason. No, not at all. Period. Ridiculous, man. You hear me?
Really taking advantage of his opportunities.
Kevin, with 22 incompletions, I was wondering, where are some of those easier completions to TJ that don't really see a lot of anymore?
Yeah, I thought we had a chance at the one, the third down conversion to Naylor over the middle. TJ was really the primary out on the red line, kind of simulating a screen that we had run early in the game to Aaron Jones against the Lions, got the defense to bite. JJ was playing fast and just got off of it, but he ended up converting to Naylor over the middle. But I think the biggest thing is TJ's a major part of what we do, and a couple of the false start penalties. He's the primary in those kind of more manageable D&Ds, and then you start thinking about 10 plus and protection and trying to convert on some of those throws. But it's no excuse. We got to get TJ involved in the game more. We got to find him, because you're absolutely right. We need those plays. They've been a huge part of our offense since we acquired them, for sure. And then when you're looking at some of the block shots, I think we had 4.
Hold up, man.
All 4.
He talking about fine TJ earlier. You should have been finding Hawkinson. You're paying the man $17 million a year as your tight end. He's a top 5 paid tight end, and you talking about find him. Find the man earlier. Make him earn his pay. Earn his damn check, KOC, for once. You hear me, dog? How about that? Big ass, soft ass. Throw the ball to him. Shit, what the hell, bro? That's a big body for McCarthy to throw to. Get him involved. You're paying the motherfucker $17 million a year. As a tight end, overpaying him. Shit. At least you work him. Work his ass. Get every penny out of him since you want to go and overpay him. You hear me, bro? Heavy, bro. The fuck he there for? He ain't a great blocker. You know, Oliver hurt. Hopefully he return next week. Use the motherfucker, bro. You hear me? That's why you pay him 17 mil as a tight end. Taking up damn cap space and shit. Type shit. Fuck going on around here? Talking about we got to get him more involved. No shit, Sherlock. You just realizing that, my boy? Fuck going on around here, huh? Talking about get Hawkinson involved more. You should have been got him involved, dog. You hear me? Heavy, man. 17 mil a year. What? Come on, bruh. Facts, real Joe. Lying ass boy. Straight lie, bruh. You hear me? He basically lied to our faces, saying at the beginning of the season he was going to apply to run more. And what this fool does, the same thing, pass the ball. Jones averaged 5.2 yards a carry, Mason 6. That's what I'm saying, Joe, man. And don't nobody want to hold him accountable. He just gets to walk away scotch-free week in, week out. But everybody want to put the blame on McCarthy, talk about how bad he struggled, how he ain't ready, this and that. Got analysts and so-called experts like Cowherd Hunt, the A. Smiths and shit of the world, always want to put J.J. McCarthy in they damn yappas and kappas. But nobody want to touch and speak on O'Connell, you know? What is this? The buddy system? The buddy league? You hear me, dog? Heavy, bro. For real. Stop the cat, man. For real, man. Shout out Imran in the building. Shout out Imran in the building, man. You hear me, dog? I don't care what he was. He want to be a play caller now. He need to adapt. He need to adjust, or like I say, give up damn play calling. Point blank, period, man. Straight up. Let McCown call plays. He got more experience. He probably know more about calling plays than KOC, right? Give it up, bro. Period. Focus on coaching your quarterbacks. Focus on time management, game management, bro. Controlling the whole team. Focusing on other aspects of the game. He can still have an influence, have some say-so in play calling, but damn, bro, you hear me? Focus on what you good at, KOC. And right now, your play calling ain't cutting it, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Believe that, bro. For real. Be right back, man. Shit crazy, man. You're
4 of those were, looking at, backside in cut to Jordan Addison's going to be an explosive. Jordan probably in the red zone on the last one is going to be a touchdown. If not, getting back to TJ, on the backside of that progression, and just some of those things where, when you're not totally synced up and you're kind of reaching a little bit at times, it felt like we were pressing once we got down, especially. And then, when you consider we had none of those pre-snap penalties in the first quarter, but then they go 2, and 4 the rest of the way, just kind of putting ourselves in a tough spot that gets you out of those D&Ds where TJ's always been pretty significant for us.
As you went back to the tape, what did you think of JJ's footwork in the second half?
Yeah, I thought like what happens to many quarterbacks as games went on. There were some inconsistencies there, but still there was some playmaking and some competes that I think are pretty unique to JJ. So if we can just get, I thought, throughout the early part of the game, the deep ball to Naylor, the reset back where we might have had TJ, but he's compact and in the pocket, little push there. Thought he had some good pocket movement. It just, like with a lot of young quarterbacks in this phase of where he's at right now, where we're, getting a lot of these snaps on the fly. It's not just that subtle climb back to that safe spot, because I did think we had some good pockets for him. It's the subtle climb and then, coming to balance instead of 2 or 3 climbs, and then all of a sudden that push or the block shot comes into play. So I just think it's all normal, in my opinion, part of kind of where he's at and his development, which is something that's very encouraging. The great part is seeing the competes and the will to win and his ability to play that style of game that we had to play, especially late. But that's not the game we want to play right now. And I got to do a better job keeping us in that game. And whether it's, Spent a lot of time thinking about that 3rd and 1 call, late into the evening to try to, zero coverage Justin Jefferson on, in a one-on-one situation. And there's a lot of 100 times you call that play, you don't think, that 1 out of 99 where he gets tripped up and ends up being an interception going back the other way, not getting to run the ball on 4 downs. As the head coach, you get to make decisions. And, I made the decision we were being 4 down even before that 3rd and 1. At that point in time in the field, and came back to bite us for sure in a huge way. So we wanted to, take some shots in the game. JJ throws the deep ball very well, and we didn't really get the value received from it in the football game outside of, that 3rd down throw to Jalen early in the game.
After thinking through that, would you still do it again, or is it
best receiver in football in a one-on-one with a run call? You feel good about on 4th and 1. I would not change that call.
And on Justin, you've talked a lot about this year, especially about him being your sort of energy guy,
Yep.
leadership. I'm just curious how you kind of saw his body language on a few of those plays, especially after the interceptions.
Yeah, I think there was some frustration and maybe with the not having a couple calls go his way from a referee standpoint, but that's all part of the game. And got frustrated there a little bit. He's so competitive. He wants to make those plays, especially when he is. I think he had 12 targets in the game and wants to make the impact. We've got competitors, and sometimes that thing can present itself differently when you're talking about this guy to the next guy. But I have no concerns with Justin. If anything, this time of year, I am always thinking about.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next.
Plays a lot of snaps and just.
I assume they're talking about Jettas. Hey, Jetta struggled last game. Jettas was not himself last game, no way around it. So I don't know what nobody talking about here around yonder, right? But last game, Jettas was not himself, baby. You hear me? Heavy, dog. Period. No way around it. I ain't saying you got to worry about him. He won't bounce back. But he need to get right, zone in, and lock in for real. Something was off with him. Heavy, period, man. For real.
Where can we find, those times, maybe even throughout the week, to make sure that, we're taking care of him so he can be at his best on Sundays as we roll into kind of the second half of the season here.
Second month.
But no, whether it's the chances to get him the ball in his hands, I thought JJ made a great throw on another one where it was a bang play at the goal line, and we just didn't connect, and it was kind of like that in some critical moments of the game. But we'll get back to work, and nobody will lead the charge more than Justin.
With JJ's development, how much are you finding yourself kind of reminding him, like throughout games or the week, to not press or to kind of stay calm? He brings so much intensity.
Yeah,
a lot. So
I think it's a factor. I really do. Because he's so competitive and he's a very he's a high football IQ guy and wants to make the play. And as many young quarterbacks have to learn over time, sometimes I thought he had some great checkdowns. One to Jordan out in the flat on a tempo play. One to Aaron Jones on a play action play. Out of the 21 grouping where he just kind of gets to the top of his drop, feels the defense lifting a little bit, and we end up with 12, 13.
Remember I said KOC is a failed QB trying to play Madden. Damn, dog. Tough one, dog. Hey, who y'all got tonight in the Eagles-Packers game? Let's go Eagles, right? I mean, am I correct? Y'all going for the Eagles, correct? Who y'all got in the game tonight, Eagles or the Packers? Which one, man? Let me know. It's at Green Bay. It's in Green Bay. It might be tough for the Eagles, though. I ain't gonna lie. You know, as Vikings fans, we want to see Green Bay lose, but y'all think Philly gonna pull it out or what, man? But Imran said KOC is a failed QB trying to play mad, and damn, bro, you hear me? Cold game, Imran. Cold game, my boy. You hear me? Cold motherfucker, man. Jetta's crying out there. Not a good look when your best player is begging for a call. I don't know what was up with Jetta's dog. I don't know what was up with Jetta's dog. You hear me? Heavy, bro. Something was up with him. He wasn't himself. That drop pass in the red zone, goal line touchdown. Beautiful throw by McCarthy. Mwah. You hear me, baby? You hear me, dog? Jetta's dropped that motherfucker. That wasn't McCarthy. You hear me? That was Jetta's. Lack of effort on the interceptions. Jetta's. Period. No way around it. Jetta's. You're. Damn, that boy Delton on one. That boy Delton say they both can fuck off. That boy Delton say they both can fuck off. Damn, you coming like that, Delt? You coming like that below the belt, Delt? You hear me, dog? Oh man, shout out Mike Rhyme in the building. Shout out Mike Rhyme in the building. You hear me, dog? Straight up, man. Mike Rhyme. Hey, y'all show Mike Rhyme some love, dog. You hear me, dog? Heavy, man. SKOL Vikes, Mike Rhyme. SKOL Vikes win, lose, or draw, dog. You hear me? Heavy, man. Hey, you watching the game tonight, Mike Rhyme? Who you got? Who you got, bro? Who you think gonna take it, man? You hear me? Let's get back to it, bro.
15 yards on a very simple play, and it's just production moving the ball forward where it should not be a worldly lift to heaven and earth, moving heaven and earth. The defense plays what they play. Sometimes there's some throws there down the field. Sometimes there's great opportunities to put the ball in play, check down wise, that are either right in front of you or you've got to work through a progression, when protected. And, there were some really good examples of that too. It's just when you're in, you get 17 of these things and you're in an NFL game, that how the circumstances of the game play out, many of which we directly led ourselves into.
Mike Ron, why you say you hate to say it? Hey, you a Vikings fan, you should want the Eagles to win technically, right? You ain't gotta hate to say it, baby. You hear me, dog? You ain't gotta hate to say it. You hear me? We as Vikings fans, yes. If the Packers lose, they help us. Bottom line, you hear me, dog? Right? If the Packers lose, right, they help us. Period, man. Hands down, man down.
You got to play that game to try to win, and that doesn't always puzzle piece fit hand in hand with where you would like the game to be for the ascension of his development. But I still think with all experience being good experience for him right now, you'd love to make them all after wins, but we got to do the things required as a team, and then JJ is going to make a lot of those plays for us. And like I said, the competes, his willingness to lay it on the line and try to make the plays are very much things we knew about him. But now it's just about continuing to carve this thing and shape it in a way where we're helping him become the best version of himself, both short-term and long-term.
As you're thinking through that with JJ in the middle of the game, trying to help him stay even and manage it, is there anything play calling wise that you have to think about there in terms of creating some easy buttons or?
Yeah.
Shout out Mav Henry in the building. Shout out Mav Henry in the building. You hear me? Mav Henry say, "What you eating?" Hungry, ain't it? Got some spaghetti here, garlic bread and broccoli. You hear me? Heavy, man. Some spaghetti, garlic bread, and broccoli. You hear me, Marv? Mav. Shout out Mav Henry in the building once again, though. You're SKOL Vikes. You're.
Yeah, every game, we try to have those in, whether they're getting Aaron Jones touches and those get considered rushes like they did against Detroit, or some run plays that are called. And
No doubt, Dub. Much appreciated, Dub. Appreciate that, Dub. Appreciate that, my boy. You hear me? Straight up. Got to, man. Got to. You hear me? Mike Ron, big facts. Exactly, Mike Ron. You hear me? You in the chat, like it up, man. You in the chat, like it up, man. No cap, you hear me? Mike Ron say you want to help McCarthy hand the damn ball off. That's what we all saying. That's what we all been saying the whole year, right? We've been saying it the whole year, dog. You hear me, dog? I swear, does KLC say the same thing after every loss? I mean, same shit every time, Av. You know? Like, damn near the same thing every time. You hear me, bro? No cap, bro. Point blank, period, man. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. We're going to see, though. We're going to see, though. Big game this week. Real big game this week. You hear me, dog? Hey, Del. My boy Delton on one tonight, though, ain't no? He said he pissed off tonight. Delton said he ain't holding nothing back off from KLC tonight, boy. You hear me, dog? Nah, big facts, dope, man. Big facts, dog. You hear me?
We get a chance to throw Justin a ball for 11 yards. It's like a free throw shoot. It's like a 3-point shooter getting to the free throw line. If they've missed a couple, a lot of times you see Steph Curry get to the free throw line and all of a sudden he doesn't miss again for a quarter. Like, quarterback is such a rhythmic thing. Seeing the ball go through the net can help. But at the same time, it's also, the difference being, the defense plays a lot into the things they're going to take away. Maybe those layup throws have to be backside in cuts or underneath routes to Adam Thielen, or to just kind of progress and put the ball in play. And obviously with some of the unique things we see coverage-wise with Justin, it can't always be, just a simple proposition. Sometimes it's going to require saying no to something, which hopefully by design we've put eligibles in his vision, or checkdowns in place so he can, see the ball go through the net. But I think to Mark's question earlier, you know, that's where TJ comes into play. The running backs on some of those checkdowns can be great options to kind of steal the rhythm in a lot of ways if it's been lost for a sequence of plays.
So
Thank you.
This is my favorite dentist hack to clean my retainer. If you wear a retainer every night like I do.
So that's it for KOC, man. That's the inner presser. I'm gonna get into McCarthy next. Break McCarthy down. You hear me? KOC got to do better, dog. That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, KOC got to perform better. Run a damn ball. Be a better play caller, man. Step up, earn your pay, right? You hear me? Making all that damn money, homie. You hear me, dog? Heavy. Facts, man. Delton, big facts, bro. '26 ranked defense, though. You hear me, man? 26 ranked, man. I just wish the Vikings stayed outdoors playing football like been a big advantage back in the day. Made them a tougher team. You think it's an advantage, Mike Ryan? You think so, though? I mean, indoors, you kind of, especially if you get like home field advantage or something, right? You know. I mean, it's a lot of. Shout out in the zone in the building, man. What up, dog? Shout out in the zone sports in the building, man. What up, dog? Hope all is well, bro. In the zone in the building, man. Let's get it, man. Hey, we got to tell Kelsey to run that ball, man. You hear me? In the zone, we got to tell Kelsey run that ball, dog. You hear me, bro? We got to tell Kelsey to run that ball, dog. You hear me? Bama looking good. I hate to say that. Hey man, hey, we coming, bro. You hear me? Roll Tide full of pride, dog. For real, you hear me? I appreciate you for keeping it real, though, my boy. You know, he said he hate to say that. Roll Tide, man. We coming, bro. Big game this week from Oklahoma, bro. Big game this week with Oklahoma, bro. Got to get the run game going. You hear me? Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all watching this Packers game, man? Let's go Eagles. Let's go Eagles. You hear me? FKOC, same shit, different year. He the problem. That's what we've been saying, Zo. That's what we've been saying, dog. KOC, play calling, bro. It's crazy how motherfuckers want to blame McCarthy like McCarthy the damn problem, man. Is he perfect? No. Do he got to grow? Yeah, but majority of the problem is KOC. It's clear to see, dog. Period. Motherfucker keep getting away with per D murder. Period, homie. You heard me. Heavy, bro. We couldn't ask for a better performance from our defense in the first half. Facts. What is the defense to do when O'Connell keep pressing the issue of long, drawn-out pass plays, bad clock management? Real shit, man. Real shit, man. Heavy. Real shit, bro. You hear me? KOC, dog. For real. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, nice stiff on. In the 70s, the weather, that's why we went to the Super Bowl all those times. And you could have a point, Mike, man. I don't know, bro. No, I don't know how long you've been a fan. You know, I ain't really see him in the 70s, dog. You hear me? But I guess playing outside could make you tougher in certain circumstances, but playing in the elements and shit, you hear me? But if you play in a dome or, you know, you get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, it could definitely be a benefit. But I understand what you're saying as far as playing on grass, playing in the elements type shit. I feel like it could go both ways. It could be beneficial both ways. Like the NFL game's so different now. You hear me, though? Shout out Zoe in the building, man, for real. Hey, Doug, you watching it, my boy? KLC would have threw that bitch, Hondo. You hear me? I guarantee KLC would have threw that hole, man. Shit crazy, man. Run the damn ball, you hear me? Period, dog. Run the ball. They ran that bitch 4 times, Delt. 4 times. You hear me, bro? But 3 times in a row. You hear me? And 1 time on 4th down. You hear me? Come on, man. You see what I mean? Coaching, man. Coaching, period. That's it, bro. Fundamentals, dog. Oh, Jordan Love is trash, bro. Are you kidding me? What the fuck are you doing, Love? You're a garbo, boy. Why the fuck would he run back 10 yards, bro? You hear me? Piss poor, man. That's Jordan Love for you, though, dog. You hear me? Hell, the Eagles done the tush push 3 plays in a row. Facts, the real Joe. The Eagles will do that bitch 10 times in a row if they need to. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, come on, bro. Gotta be real here, man. Coaching, bro. Coaching. Period, man. Shit ain't rocket science. This shit football, bro. You hear me? Period. I feel you, Mike. I feel you, Mike. Hey, shout out Mike Rhyme, dog. A big, long time fan in the building, bro. Shout out, respect Mike Rhyme, man. Shout out, respect Mike Rhyme, dog. You hear me? For real, no cap, bro. For real, homie. You hear me, though? That's what it's about, Mike. That's what it's about, Mike. Get right, Mike. So, Mike, you know what's up, Mike. You know about the Vikings running the ball and physicality and toughness type shit, et cetera, huh? You hear me? So Mike know what's going down. So I'm sure you extra pissed off about this situation, dog. Period. No cap, man. No cap. So I'm sure Mike real pissed off about what he's seeing right now from the Vikings, man. Hands down, man down. You hear me? For real, man. Let's get into this McCarthy shit, bro. You mean another plate, though? I ain't gonna lie to you, though. McCarthy's a competitor, man. True competitor, man. Remember that shit about watching that shit earlier, man. Competitor, dog. You hear me? Good dude, man.
Good to see you all.
1 second, man. I gotta watch this shit too, though. I'll be right back, man. I'll give me 1 second, bro. Mike Brown, man. Said Bud Grant wasn't having this. Shout out Bud Grant, rest in peace, Bud Grant, man. Here we go. McCarthy shit, man. How long? 6 minutes? Oh yeah, let's see what McCarthy got to say, bro. Go ahead, full screen McCarthy. He deserve it, dog.
Well, as always, obviously very disappointing to come out U.S. Bank Stadium and leave. Good to see you all, as always. Obviously very disappointing to come out U.S. Bank Stadium and leave with the loss, but, you know, I felt like there was a lot of good things that we did. You know, 360 yards total offense, 6.6 yards a play or something like that. It was there. We just kept shooting ourselves in the foot. And, you know, I take full responsibility for the pre-snap, you know, procedural penalties. You know, we got 3 turnovers and just, you know, too many things that, you know.
And he just took full responsibility for the pre-snap situation. And he shouldn't be taking full responsibility for the pre-snap situation. That just shows you what type of dude he is, what type of character he has, homie. You hear me? 22-year-old dude, baby-faced dude, taking responsibility. And it wasn't his fault. I don't care what nobody say. Even if the cadence may have been off. Once again, that reverts back to KOC. For the miscommunication, his team not being locked in, understanding what's going on. How the hell can a snap count, the O-line fucking up on a snap count while starting at home, be on your quarterback? You know, heavy, homie. Period. Sounds like lack of concentration to me. Sounds like lack of focus to me. Lack of preparation to me. You hear me, dog? And who does that start with? KOC, right? No cap, dog. Period. But the fact McCarthy stood up here and say, hey, I take blame, that's on me, that's a real motherfucker there, man. You know, your rookie quarterback, care what nobody say, he's still a rookie. He ain't have to say that. That ain't on him. That team, that overall team bad performance wasn't on him. You hear me? 8 false starts ain't on him. You hear me? But the fact he stood up there, stood tall dog and took one for the team and said, hey, that's on me. Period, homie. You hear me? And motherfuckers want to focus on him being inaccurate at times. Huh? Stop that cap, dog. You hear me, bro? I be getting tired of shit like that, man. They want to come at McCarthy, disrespect McCarthy, man. But they don't really want to talk about the person who it starts and falls on. Heavy. But they don't talk about McCarthy playing hurt through a sprained ankle. They don't talk about McCarthy escaping the pocket, huh? They don't talk about McCarthy throwing 2 beautiful passes to Jalen Naylor, huh? 1 deep ball, boom, perfect throw. Then the one when they trying to come back in the red zone, perfect throw on 4th and 1. They don't talk about that though, dog. You hear me, huh? You know? Come on, bro. Stop the cap, man. This man's a rookie quarterback. Still getting used to the game, bro. For real. Coming off an injury, for real. Now, do he got shit to work on? Hell yeah. Do he got to get better? Hell yeah. But he didn't have no horrible performance. And like I said, I stand on it 10 toes down. I'm not putting those 2 interceptions on him. I'm blaming Jettas and KOC. Jettas for the lack of effort and KOC for the dumbass play calls. Period. Fuck going on around here? Some bullshit, man. For real. Hu Yang, wow, Hu Yang in the building. Shout out Hu Yang in the building. You hear me? They talking about O'Connell playbook works or no. Stop that cap, Hu Yang. You know the answer to that, Hu Yang. You hear me? Who you ain't talking about do it worker and all. Stop the cap. You hear me? You know that shit been ass tray, huh? Who yang in this bitch wildin'? You hear me? Shout out McCarthy, man, for real. Though. Respect to that dude, man, for real.
Don't set us up for success, when the clock hits 0. So we just got to go back to work, watch this film, and, really clean up all the little things because that's what hurt us today.
JJ, you said you take responsibility for pre-snap. It's like why or how what did you see that was leading to all of the pre-snap penalties?
As a quarterback, you're the orchestrator of the orchestra. I take full responsibility for anything that happens on that field, and at the end of the day, it's just the little things that we got to keep focusing on. The focus, the competitive stamina. It's all got to be there. But I take full responsibility every single time something goes wrong.
Did you feel like it was a cadence thing, or I guess was there a theme? Do you feel like?
To be honest with you, I have no idea, Alec. I just feel like, there's little things that show up that you don't prepare for, and we just got to do a better job responding when things go that way. So, yeah, but it's all on me.
JJ, just in terms of the connection with Jalen Naylor, why do you think that worked today?
I said it since week 1. Speedy was going to show up one of these days, and showed up last week on the big play on 3rd and 5, and had a heck of a game today. But he's somebody that always just sticks to his process, does all the little things right, does the dirty work, and doesn't complain at all. And he's a tremendous football player. Absolutely love the human being that he is. And yeah, there's going to be a lot more games like that for Speedy Naylor.
Dude's a true leader, man. You hear me? Straight up, man. Dude is a true leader, bro. For real. True competitor, but a true leader, bro. You hear me? The energy he brings, the competitive spirit he brings. You hear me, dog? The fight he brings, the belief in his players. He believe in his teammates so much, he make players believe in themselves. You hear me, man? Talking about a 22-year-old baby face rookie quarterback, man. You hear me, dog? With the war paint and all that. And every week he go to war for his damn team, bro. You hear me? He fight through the bad plays, good plays, whatever. He's always in the game. He's always fighting, bro. And you telling me as a head coach, KOC, you don't want to put him in the best position to win? Huh? Come on, bro. Stop the cap, homie. You hear me?
Do you any common threads for why you had that many balls tipped at the line of scrimmage or batted down?
I think they did a great job defensively. I feel like they used, the big guys up front to, give a little push and then just, get eyes up, ready to swat the ball down. And, I got to do a better job of making sure that I'm aware of that. And, when I step up in the pocket, don't get too close to those guys and, work on all the different arm angles. But at the end of the day, they just were a great defense. And, it was a great test for us as an offense to be able to see what it looks like against a great AFC team. And, we just got to, not allow those little things like that and pre-snap penalties to have an effect on our offense.
JJ, Kevin talked a little bit about you might have been using a little more hard count today. Obviously, you can do that at home. When you're having issues with false starts and that kind of thing, do you change how much you go to the hard count, knowing that that's been an issue for the offensive line during the game?
I feel like the defense thinks the same way when it comes to that. So it's just the level of focus. Like, it's as simple as remember the snap count and execute it when the ball is snapped. And, we pride ourselves as, a great offense, and those little things, those foundational things, we just got to always make sure we're consistent with those. So, regardless of what happens, we just got to, maintain that focus for 60 minutes.
JJ, is there anything you think you could do differently, going into the half? You guys had the ball, you could have scored, and then you could have scored coming out of the half. Went opposite for you guys.
For sure, yeah. I thought it was a beautiful example for me to learn from because, last week when Barnes sacked me in my red zone, that was a time to throw the ball away. And this was a time to take a sack, with 40 seconds left, keep that clock running, make them use a timeout or something like that. It's just all things about, growing in this.
And then you hear you pay attention to how we talking, bro. Like he never talks down or blames nobody, takes responsibility, talk about growing. Like he's always willing to grow, always wanting to grow, etc. Bro, that's a good sign of a quarterback, of a leader, etc. Dog. Dude's a winner, man. Dude's a competitor, bro. All they got to do is put him in the right position and continue to build a right team around him. Period, man. Period, man. For real, bro. Dude's a fucking winner, dog. He ain't a crybaby. He ain't pouting. You don't see him getting down on no goofy diva type shit. Just a warrior on that field, man. A true motherfucking competitive warrior at all times. And right now, KOC is failing him. Period. Heavy. It's a fucking warrior, man. A fucking fighter. He could have had his head down. He could be mad at his O-line. He could blame his coach. You hear me? He could not stay locked in. He could come up with a lot of shit. But what do he do, man? Talk about growth, continuing to get better, continuing to grow. That's what it's about, man. For real. I'm sure he's frustrated. I'm sure he wants the team to do better. I know he mad at the win. But he know deep down his heart, his talent, you know, and we got a talented team. That's why it sucks. They go back and forth, inconsistent, consistent. That's what it comes down to. They're probably the most inconsistent team in the NFL right now. You hear me? I repeat, right? They're probably the most inconsistent team in the NFL right now, dog. You hear me? With the most inconsistent play caller as a head coach, who shouldn't be a play caller any longer. Oh, this motherfucker, Jalen Hurts fumble, dog. Are you kidding me, dog? Jalen Hurts, motherfucker. Are you kidding me, boy? Jalen Hurts fumbled the motherfucking ball. The Eagles was driving to score. And this punk chump, roll tide full of pride, but this punk chump gonna fumble the ball, dog. You hear me? Heavy, man. You hear me? Come on, Hurts, dog. You see, though, 8 times, man, 8 times. When the hell have we seen one drive where KOC has ran the ball 8 times, though? Let me know, man. Let me know, man. Somebody in the chat, let me know, bro. You hear me, though? I don't think KOC has ever, in his entirety of coaching, ran the ball 8 times in one drive. It's too much for him. His ego won't let him do it. He just won't accept it. For some reason, he has to throw. You know, kind of similar to Ryan Grubb from Bama, but Ryan Grubb from Bama is a much more better, efficient play caller than KOC, right? You know, us Bama fans, sometimes we want Ryan Grubb to just run the fucking ball. But when he's in his bag, he's in his bag. You hear me? And it's damn near unstoppable when he's really locked in and they clicking. KOC, he's never in his bag for real. Oh, we see him in his bag a few times, but he's never really deep in his bag for 4 quarters. You hear me? Motherfucking Ryan Grubb go in his bag for 4 straight quarters, homie. You hear me? Especially when it matters most. Huh? Yeah. You know, in Ryan Grubb's situation, his O-line is actually soft. Like Bama has part of the right side of the O-line is actually soft as hell. You hear me? Or they've been performing soft, period. So he would have kind of an excuse because they get no run game going. You know, if you watch the LSU game, they've had no run game, and Ryan Grubb still getting it done somehow, some way. You hear me? KOC actually has a run game, can lean on the damn run, you know, which should make him be a more versatile play caller. Yeah, he don't do it. Motherfucker get 5-6 yards a pop. Motherfucker start throwing that bitch. Like he just gotta be so antsy and anxious and just throw that bitch around yonder. Motherfucker, you getting 8, 6, 7 yards a pop, bitch. Run that motherfucker. You hear me? What we doing here? Delta Wild, Delta Wild. He say put 2 in. Delta Wild, my boy. You hear me? Delton, wow, you hear me? Delton on one tonight, man. You hear me? Letting Darnold walk was a major blunder for the franchise. Cam and KO need to go. Shout out Tony in the building. Shout out Tony in the building. Hey, Tony, I can't agree with you there, though, my boy. I get where you're coming from. Darnold's balling right now, but really, we got to calm down with Darnold. As we know, you got to wait to judge Sam Darnold in the playoffs, right? Everybody was on the Sam Darnold bandwagon last year. You hear me? And what happened? Playoff malfunction. I understand it wasn't just him, but you got to wait because at the end of the day, now the Seahawks are performing well, but who have they really played as far as high competition? The best team they played, I think they took L's too. Huh? You hear me? The Buccaneers, the Niners, they lost to both of them. The rest of their schedule been kind of light. You hear me, dog? So we got to calm down and kind of wait on Sam Darnold. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say they should have kept Sam Darnold, man. Them letting Sam Darnold go, letting him walk, allowed them to bring in the Hargraves, the Jonathan Allens. You hear me? Heavy. And even though he's been underperforming, the Isaiah Rodgers, et cetera, right? And J.J. McCarthy, no. I'm not off him. I feel like J.J. McCarthy can be that guy if he's developed correctly and if they build a right team around him. You hear me? The Vikings could be a playoff team this year with McCarthy heavy if KOC was a better coach and play caller. Let's not forget that fact, dog. You hear me? They've been in every game except one with bad play calling, right? With turnovers, with questionable offensive line play. So let's calm it down, Tony. You hear me, homie? Heavy, bro. See, people want to hop on a J.J. McCarthy bandwagon. When he's doing good, they on his nuts. When he's doing bad, they want to jump off and talk about, oh, bring Darnold back. You should have kept Darnold. You should have kept Darnold. Kill that noise, man. They did exactly what they should have done and let Darnold go. Huh? You drafted McCarthy for a reason. Now put him in the best position to win, period. Talk to him, Mike Rhyme. Talk to him, Mike Rhyme, dog. Let him know, dog. Let him know, dog. Get his mind right. Get his mind right. You hear me, Mike? Let him know. Hey, tell him put some respect on your name. Tell him put some respect on J.J. McCarthy name, Mike Rhyme. You hear me, bro? Let him know how long you've been a fan. Let him know how long you've been watching the Vikings, Mike Rhyme. Hey, let him know, bro. You hear me? Hey, let that boy Tony know you've been watching the Vikings 69 in the sand lot, boy, when you was pissing your pants. You hear me, dog? Let that motherfucker know, Mike Rhyme. You hear me, homie? Heavy, man. Talk to him, bro. You hear me? That's what I be talking about, man. Everybody want to disrespect McCarthy, huh? Disrespect his name, but when they beat the Lions, everybody want to talk about hop on his nuts, When they beat the Lions, everybody praising the Lord McCarthy. But oh man, they lose to the Ravens. Everybody want to blame McCarthy, and the 2 picks wasn't even his fault. Oh man, are you kidding me, baby? You see how it go though? That's how it is, Shit. Not only in this situation, right? But the world in general. That's how it go for real, for the most part. Motherfuckers nut ride, then motherfuckers hop off. You hear me? Nut ride, then hop off, bro. Hands down, man down, bottom line. Yeah. Yeah, me too, dog. Me too, dog. Nobody finna pay Sam Darnold 30 million, 40 million, something. Period, dog. Now, Sam Darnold go ball out in the playoffs and win a game. You hear me? Then we can talk more. But at the end of the day, fuck all that, bro. I'm not about to shit on McCarthy, huh? And try to big up Sam Darnold when McCarthy has been put in bad situation after bad situation. We know what he needs to work on. We know the mistakes he has made. Everybody want to talk about the Atlanta game. How about he was sacked 6 times? How about the man was limping on and off the field for the whole game, damn near? You hear me? The O-line was incompetent, but nobody want to talk about that. You hear me, dog? Heavy. But everybody want to talk about an interception or 2 interceptions, but don't want to talk about Justin Jefferson's lack of effort on those interceptions. You hear me? Heavy, bro. Don't want to talk about Justin Jefferson falling down on those interceptions, huh? Don't want to talk about McCarthy stepping up in the pocket, throwing a perfect ball, and Jefferson dropping that bitch on the goal line. You hear me? See, motherfuckers want to pick and choose because they can pick and choose around this bitch. You hear me, dog? But when you fucking with Big Skull gonna let you know, bro. I ain't got no picks, baby. You hear me, dog? And ain't no way somebody in a right mind watching the game, observing what's going on, can say, "Hey, we made a bad decision by going with McCarthy." Fuck out of here, man. So we gonna say that? Okay, bet. Let's do this then. Let's do this here then, huh? Check me, homie. If that's the case, huh? You hear me? If the Vikings made a bad decision with going with McCarthy and letting Sam Darnold go right, all right, bet, boom. Then the Vikings made a bad decision with hiring KOC. Period, huh? They should have hired Jim Harbaugh. Heavy. Let's go there. Yeah, let's start that in. You know? Now who got something to say now? If they made a bad decision with McCarthy and not keeping Darnold, then boom, the Vikings made a horrible decision for not hiring Jim Harbaugh and going with motherfucking KOC ass. Now what's up? You hear me? Now what's up though, Tony? What's up? What's up? You hear me? Somebody say something in the chat. What's up though? Matter of fact, fuck that. Put them McCarthys in the chat. Put them McCarthys in the chat, man. Or put them nines in the chat. Put them nines in the chat, man. You hear me? This done turned into a real JJ McCarthy nut riding session, dog. And I ain't saying pause, bitch. You hear me, dog? Heavy, man. Cause I'm tired of the bullshit. When he do good, when he beat the Bears, everybody on his nuts. Oh, they lose to the Falcons, everybody blaming McCarthy. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't like that shit, bro. Heavy, huh? You hear me? Heavy, man. Everybody forget what type of collapse Sam Darnold had in the playoffs last year. Motherfucker running 20 yards back, huh? You know? 20 yards back, taking 8-yard lost sacks and shit. But everybody want to talk about McCarthy this and McCarthy that. Put them nines in the chat, man. You talking about, man? They want to slap a motherfucker, man. Put them nines in the chat, man. You hear? Piss me off, man. You hear? Fuck, man. Stop disrespecting my dog, man. Stop disrespecting my brother, man. You hear? I'm on this good water, man. Stop disrespecting my brother Nine, man. You hear me, though? Fuck going on, man? You hear me, though? Gonna stop disrespecting my dude, man. For real, dog. You hear? Hold on, Tony. Hold on, Tony. You said Hargrave and Allen weren't worth it. Didn't we just shut the Detroit Lions run game down? You hear me? Didn't we shut the Ravens down until the fourth quarter when the defense was tired and fucking tired and gassed out? And even then they bend, but they didn't break. Are you kidding me? You know? So let's not talk about the stretch they had after being overseas for 2 weeks, being tired, coming back off the bye, getting adjusted, playing the Eagles, a tough game, having a short week, playing the Chargers. You hear me? But when they got their rest and got back adapted to the time frame, the run defense has been pretty damn stout. Are you forgetting that, Tony? Did you watch the Ravens game the first 3 quarters? Did you watch the Detroit Lions game, homie? You hear me? I mean, come on. And the whole time the offense Hasn't been helping them out. I mean, come on, dog. You hear me? You know. I'm not on or off McCarthy bandwagon, but he's an unknown. Darnold is good right now. I know he's an unknown. You know, KOC's an unknown. The whole team is an unknown, right? The only thing not an unknown with the Vikings is Brian Flores and this good ass defense we have that's being wasted. Of course, McCarthy's an unknown, bro. He's a fucking rookie. He's a 22-year-old baby face fucking rookie. And what's not unknown about him, he's a competitor. And that boy play hard and that boy fight. I'll take that anytime, anywhere. And he has talent and his arm power is crazy. And everything he needs to work on can be developed and worked on, period. You know, so I'll take McCarthy 10 times out of 10. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Darnold is good right now. He is good right now, but at the same time, pay attention to the Seahawks schedule. Pay attention to who they have played. I'm not taking nothing from him. Pay attention to the games they have lost. You hear me, dog? And let's wait and see. And all I'm saying is wait to judge Sam Darnold when the playoffs come. I'm not taking nothing away from Sam. You hear me, dog? We play the Seahawks this year. I don't know why the hell we got to go to Seattle again, 2 years in a damn row, but it is what it is. I'm not taking nothing from Sam Darnold or the Seahawks, right? Boom. I'm just saying, course than their schedule, course than the teams they're playing heavy. Not taking nothing away from them. They playing good football. You hear me? But let's calm it down. Calm it down. And take into consideration that the head coach, KOC, has not been helping out his young rookie quarterback, especially not last week. Heavy. You know? And McCarthy's a fucking winner. A winner, bruh. Even now, you can tell he's a winner. Even with this presser, right? You can tell he's a fucking winner. You hear me, dog? Heavy. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Can your head coach be consistent? Can your team be consistent? Overall play, be consistent. That's the biggest question, the biggest unknown for the Vikings right now. You hear me? You know, Del, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Now, shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony for being in the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, big dog. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, appreciate your opinion. But at the end of the day, you know, we got to be real round here. Got them nines in the chat, man. You know? The real Joe says performance reflects leadership. Performance reflects leadership. 9 for the one time. Let's go, man. My point exactly, my sentiments exactly, Mike Rhyme. He's a proven winner, baby. You hear me, dog? You know, everywhere he's been, every level, high school, college, NFL. We'll see what goes on, but he's a winner, bro, for real. Can't take that from that man, you know. Come on, Eagles, fuck, bro, win the damn game, period. Motherfuckers. Shit, man. You hear me? Get back to this presser, dog. Let's finish this live up, bro. Questions, comments, opinions, let me know, dog. We 2 hours in. Let's fucking get it. SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw. Big game, big division win, big division game. Hopefully it's a big division win. You hear me, dog? Period. Let's not forget, we are 2-0 in the division. 2-0 in the division. So let's calm it down. For real. You know, this team has talent. This team is a playoff team. They just got to show it and be consistent. And it starts with that boy, KOC. Who the fuck is he? You hear me, as a coach, as a play caller.
Great game of football, and all experiences that I take that data and collect it and then use it for the next time.
That's the second, you're talking about the 2nd and 5, where I was 3rd and 5.
I think it was 3rd down. Yeah, but I threw it away.
And you're just trying to get it back to the line of scrimmage, just take the sack there.
Yeah, just take the sack. Keep the clock running. Yeah.
How do you learn that? I mean, you probably know that, but whenever things are going so haywire, it's just instinct, I guess. At what point does a quarterback learn that that's what you should have done and do it?
I feel like the greatest learning tool for anybody, regardless of position, regardless of profession, is experience. And, you know, this is my 4th football game.
Man, that boy talking, man. You know, and that was kind of a dumb question. How the hell he supposed to learn, huh? Exactly, Del. You hear that, Del? Dumbass question. What type of question is that, bro? How do you learn from that? What can make you change that and help you make better decisions? You dumbass bitch. What do you mean, bro? Heavy. And I guarantee JJ McCarthy finna give a great answer. You know? Trying to press him. He's a fucking rookie. How else he gonna learn? From mistakes, you dumb boy. You hear me, though? Exactly. Exactly, though. You know what I mean? See how they pressing McCarthy and shit? Ask KOC some hard questions, man. Ask KOC this. Ask KOC that. You hear me, though? They want to come at McCarthy. How else he supposed to fucking learn? You dumbass. Oh, how do you learn from those mistakes? How do you learn not to do that in the other situation? Dumb bitch, by making a mistake and not doing it again, goofy ass boy. Then won't you go ask your head coach why he can't be a consistent play caller? Scary ass pick and choose Vikings media. I see why they ain't won no damn Super Bowl. It's a town of pick and choose motherfuckers. You hear me, dog? Heavy. Who cool with being average, cool with being mediocre. Heavy. Try and press my dog like that, man. Try and press my brother like that, man. You hear me? Back up off JJ, bro. Period, dog. Talking about how you gonna learn, man. What? Shout out Jared in the building. Shout out Jared Maria in the building. Morera. Shout out Jared Morera in the building, man. You hear me? You know what I mean, Jared? The fuck they on, man? They tweaking, man. They tweaking, man. You know, straight up. You know. That should be crazy, man. What you mean how you learn, man? What you mean, dog? Come on, man.
This is the first time I've been in a situation like that where, you know, it was take a sack or throw it away. So I feel like, you know, it's just the first opportunity where I could collect that data and then use it for the next time.
Crazy.
JJ, as you look back on that game right now, are there any throws or decisions that maybe stick out to you that you'd want back?
You know, there's a lot of them. I just feel like, you know, there's so much on the tape that it's going to reveal, but, you know, the amount of tip balls that happened today at the line of scrimmage, those are just absolutely killer, and it's a credit to them up front. You know, they played it.
And then the way, you know, then the way he handling the questions, right? Handling the shade, etc. type shit. But he just stand calm, cool, collected. You hear me? And he understands certain things he got to work on. Technique, footwork, getting the ball a little higher on the line of scrimmage. But damn. You hear me? Can he get some help? You know? Can the man learn? Can he? Oh. But they want to talk about Drake May. Do you forget Drake May struggled his first year as well? You hear me? I mean, damn. Can the man have some growing pains? The man can't make a fucking mistake. You hear me, though? But you got a coach who been coaching for years, making the same fucking mistakes he been making for 4 years. And ain't nobody still asked him the $1 million question. Why ain't he coached a full 4 quarters yet around this bitch? Yeah. Ain't nobody asked KOC yet, why are you still yet to coach a full 4 quarters, Kevin O'Connell, Mr. Extension Man, Mr. Coach of the Year? But they got all these questions and this funk and this rhetoric bullshit for McCarthy, huh? You hear me, dog? Type shit I be talking about round yonder, man. Pussy shit, man. You hear me? Come on, dog. Come on, man. They capping, man. Swear, man. For real. That's crazy, dog. Why they try to press my brother like that, man? You hear me? That's crazy, homeboy. They try to press my brother, man. Oh, man, I swear, man. They lucky big SKOL up in that bitch, because I get them right. For real. I'll make a man want to fight me. And then you know I break them down quickly and swiftly. You hear me? First one jump up, first one getting one to the chin. Pluck out, bang, but a bah, right in the chin. Easy work, you hear me? Heavy, dog. For real. I'll make them mad as hell at that podium, boy. For real, dog. You hear me? And they call security for me. And we got Big Skull in here going a little crazy, stirring shit up. We got to get Big Skull up out of here. He's tearing shit up around yonder. He's pissing people off. You're damn right. Fuck going on here. Shit. You hear me? Quickly and swiftly, man. Huh? Shit. The hell they talking about, man? Dumbass question, bro. Huh? Go ask the O-line won't they pass protect better? Huh? You know? Go ask the O-line how come they had 8 false starts and they playing at home. Come on, man. Come on, man. Big facts, Mike. Hey, great call out, Mike. Great call out, man. And I'm sure he'll watch the film and he'll learn from it. Because one thing about that boy, he can run. He can damn run. No cap. It was about 2-3 plays, 2-3 third downs where he could have took off. It was a 3rd and 6, right? Then it was like a 3rd and 4, second quarter, boom. Then I believe 4th quarter, they was in the red zone. He could have took off and ran. But he will learn, man. You know, he'll get it. He'll get there. I'm sure they're gonna watch the film and say, "Hey, bro, right here, boom, just take off. Just take the hell off. Period." Hey. Just cool out, Mike. He'll get it, man. He'll get it. You hear me? You know? He gonna be all right, man. You know? Heavy, bro. I believe in this dude for real, man. No cap. Let's get back to it, bro. You hear me?
A tremendous game. They had a tremendous game plan, threw the kitchen sink at us in terms of coverage, pressures, new looks. But yeah, it's just the little things like that. I think it's the worst play in football, tip ball at the line of scrimmage, but you know, that's what it is. And, you know, I definitely want those back.
JJ had the deep ball, 3rd and 1 to I think it was John.
You will get it back, my boy. Trust me, McCarthy. You will get it back, homeboy. Heavy. Keep that same attitude. Keep that same fire. You hear me? You're going to be straight, dog. You a winner, dog. Go win. Grow and get better, bro. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the nut riders. They going to love you, then hate you. Keep your frame, homie. Keep your demeanor, bro. Stay a winner, dog. Heavy. You hear me? Keep grinding. Keep working. You're going to be a fucking champion, bro. I stand on that 10 toes down. You hear me, dog? Straight up, no cap. For real.
Coming out of the half, where do you see in there?
0 coverage, one-on-one, and I have the greatest receiver in the world, so I don't care who it is out there. I'm going to give him a chance, and, you know, I didn't see him fall. It's just one of those things where, you know, he catches it, and it's great. He doesn't, it's incomplete, or it's an interception, and it's a punt. You know, there's different things where, you know, that could lead to that outcome, but 10 times out of 10, I'm going to give him a shot.
JJ, what have you gotten from Aaron Jones, like just the spark that he seems to be giving you guys, and a luxury for you as a young quarterback to have a back making plays?
Tremendous leader, first off, before he even steps on the field making plays. You know, he's just got that exuberant energy, just so pure-hearted, and you know exactly what he's feeling. You know exactly what he's asking out of you, and you know just the spark he gives to our offense in the run game, as well as Jordan Mason. It's just tremendous, and you know the way he hits that hole straight downhill, you know, as fast as he can at 100 miles an hour. It's awesome to see, and you know in the pass game he's tremendous as well. But you know, just gotta keep rolling, and he'll be the first one to say, you know, we just got to keep rolling. So, you know, I appreciate you guys, but we can't have these anymore. We got to be better, and I promise we're going to work to do that.
JJ, Aaron Jones said that there were a couple times where he heard the Ravens trying to call snap. Did that have an effect on you guys at all, or is that anything you heard?
You know, that's something I don't really try to dip my toe into. You know, at the end of the day, it's moving when the ball snapped. And, you know, we just got to be more locked in, more focused on those little things, and, you know, not shoot ourselves in the foot, and we'll see where we get.
Lock in, man. Lock in, man. My brothers, dog. You hear me? I know they know what's up. I know they feel me, dog. You hear me, dog? I know they hear me and feel me, dog. Straight up. For real, man. Lock in, get this shit right, dog. For real. KOC. It starts with you once again. KOC. It start with your ass, dog. I was gonna say punk ass, but I ain't gonna do you like that. I ain't gonna do you dirty, dog. You hear me? I fuck with you, I rock with you. I wish you the best, but you gotta zone in. You gotta do better, KOC. Bottom line, dog. For real. Period, man. EJ, you know what I like about your channel? You're not one of these delusional Vikings content creators. That's why I tune in to you. Your true Vikings passion is authentic. You realistic Randy. You realistic Randy rap. Much appreciated, man. Shout out to Real Joe in the building, man. You know what it is, man. For real, dog. The biggest, man. You hear me? Shout out Joe, man. Shout out to Real Joe in the building, dog. You hear me? Much appreciated, my big dog. Straight up, man. And everybody just calm down, man. The Vikings gonna be all right, bro. We got to turn it around this week. I believe we're gonna beat the Bears, potentially beat the fuck out the Bears at home. I feel like the Bears are the Bears. The Bears are another team who really ain't played nobody. Period. They got smashed by the Ravens. Who else beat them? And they've been in close games with the Saints, with the Giants last week or this past Sunday. You hear me? So I feel like the Bears are who they are, dog. So I feel like we'll get this victory. We just got to be consistent, period. Bottom line, can we be consistent? And it starts with KOC. But everybody got to calm down, man. All these losses, these tough games, you know, if they get consistent and we make it to the playoffs, this can benefit them. All these losses can be a benefit, bro, for real. These growing pains with McCarthy, growing pains with the whole team, KOC fucking up. You hear me? This can all be beneficial moving forward, but they got to get it together. They got to get on the same accord. They got to get this shit in order, man. Period. You can no longer have win a game, lose a game. No, you need a win streak. A win streak. You lost one. I said they probably could afford to maybe lose two more. You gave one away at home. You hear me, dog? You can't afford to lose to the Bears back to back, dog. Hell fucking no, dog. No cap. You hear me, bro? Straight up. Huh? Period. You got the Bears, you got the Packers, then you got the Seahawks. You hear me, homie? Heavy, huh? You get past them 3-0, you got a real chance to win out, huh? The schedule lightens up a little bit after those 3 games, huh? But focus on the task at hand. First mission is beating the scanless Bears at home, staying undefeated in the division. Let's not forget, you win your division, you in the playoffs no matter what. So if they sweep the division games, they in the playoffs, they up in there, period, homie. You hear me? Let's not forget that. That's still a possibility, going undefeated in the division and getting a home game no matter what the record is. You hear me, dog? So that a lot of football left, a lot of games left, a long season, bro. If they can just figure this shit out, period. From the O-line being consistent play and the defense continuing to play well and KOC and his play calling, bro, and McCarthy continuing to grow and get better. They right there, man, with everybody else. The bad game, the turnovers, everything. Every game has been close. They've been right there in it, bro. They ain't been blown out for real. Now you can say the Chargers game, you give them that blowout, but we know what that was about. No excuses, no moral victories, but we know why that was bad, period. Heavy, right? Boom. Some people may say Atlanta, but Atlanta wasn't no blowout, period. Motherfucking defense held them to what? 9, 12 points until the fourth quarter. I mean, damn, you're going to get tired. So they proven they can play with any team, the best of the best, whatever. The Eagles, they outplayed the Eagles. They couldn't score in the red zone. You hear me, dog? They've had a tough schedule, faced some tough teams, bro. The Ravens, good team, bro. You hear me? So all this is experience, building experience, gaining more experience, man. Might be good for JJ, you know? Him just learning, man. But if KOC can get this shit in order, get this shit together, heavy, and they can get on a streak and make a run, it's everything right there for them. Everything is right there for them. They continue to get healthy, get more players back. It's right there, man. Heavy, man. It's right there, man. Period. Everything right in front of them boys, bro. For real. You hear me? No cap, though. No cap, though. True story, man. True story. Whole season right in front of them boys, man. Right there. all we got to do is go out there and play. I ain't ever gonna question the talent. I know the talent is there. You can see that from how we compete every Sunday, every week. We compete, man. The fighters there, all that. That's what it is. It's got to zone in, dog. For real, zone the fuck in, man. For real, you're straight up. So that's that. I'm probably gonna get up out of here with the live, man. You know. Any more questions, comments, opinions? Let me know. Probably finna check some of this game out. You know what it is, man. The grind is real. You heard me. We getting on KOC, but let's not forget about Quasi and his bots drafting. Kobe King, he drafted this year, and he's no longer on the squad. Oh yeah, facts, man. Hey, the real Joe. I got on Quasi numerous videos, dog. You heard me? Yeah, Quasi done fucked up too. Quasi don't just get to just hide behind the scenes and act like he don't contribute to this. Hell to the yeah. You hear me? Quasi take a lot of blame, but it's funny though. You know, some players leave, get developed differently. So do we got to look at the coaching staff or position coaches as well? I mean, look at Garrett Bradbury, right? The Patriots are 7-2. I mean, 7-2, and Bradbury they starting center. They say Ed Ingram performing well for the Texans, but the Texans are trash, right? Now, I don't really watch them other teams, so you got to really watch the games to know. Can't get caught up in the PFF grades, right? But damn. But Quasi evades no blame, period, man. Don't ever think that. You hear me, Joe? Motherfucker Quasi bring his ass right up in here and accept responsibility as well, dog. Piss poor drafts, dog. Heavy. You hear me? No cap. Ass at drafting, trash at drafting. You hear me? No cap, man. Yeah, don't forget that, man. It ain't all on KOC. It ain't all on nobody. But when we talk about play calling, week to week, game to game, oh yeah, KOC, he taking majority of the blame, homie. Period. We talking about on-field play. Your roster is who your roster is. You can't sit and dwell on it. And even with the bad drafting, guess what? We still got a talented ass roster. You know? I mean, you look at Flores, the way he coached them boys up. And look at his secondary, right? Look at his cornerback options. Jeff Okuda, Isaiah Rodgers. You know? It's about coaching, bro. Coaching the most important thing, period. Put your players in the best position to win. You hear me, dog? And KOC has not been doing that with his offense, nor his rookie quarterback. Bottom line, period. Hey, man, we're going to keep it going, though. You know what it is, bro. SKOL Vikes forever. Win, lose, or draw, dog. Y'all know what it is. Period, man. We still in this bitch. Season's still alive. This shit ain't over yet. We just got to zone in. Take it week by week, starting with them punk-ass Bears. You hear me? Straight up, man. Yeah, Mike Rhyme, you got to be able to go off script. You know? When you say plan B, I don't know if you mean the draft or personnel or just talking about in-game, but you got to be able to go off script. Heavy. You know? What you plan for the game will change sometimes. It won't always work sometimes. That's where, boom, on the fly adjustments, in-game adjustments, right? Quickly and swiftly. That's what the best coaches do. The best teams do, right? No cap. What do you do when your plan A isn't working as far as play calling and offensive production? I totally agree, Mike. Heavy. I totally agree, man. Period, bro. Straight up. What do you do if your plan A does not work on the field? Are you capable of making the necessary adjustments? And that's the difference, period. Heavy. Look at the Sean McVays, the Shanahans, whoever you want to compare KOC to, man. If he want to be great, he got to become better at in-game adjustments. Even Brian Flores struggles with in-game adjustments sometimes, correct? Yeah, no doubt, bro. So like I say, you know, the overall team can get better, huh? The coaching staff can get better as a whole, huh? But we talking offense, play calling, huh? And the reason the Vikings are losing and have been losing, yeah, It starts with KOC, that man round yonder, heavy. Period. And if he gonna continue to call plays, he needs to take a deep look in the mirror and understand what he needs to change as the play caller and head coach for this team. You hear me? Period. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Like I say, division game, season, playoffs, still alive. But how do they attack this mission? How do they look this week? You hear me, dog? Heavy. And damn near a motherfucking must win, dog. No cap. Period. That's it. On the field is on the field. Your personnel is your personnel. Now go rock and roll with it. Go work with it. That's all you can do, bro. Hands down, man down. Hey, man, shout out my big dogs, my subscribers, and my supporters, man. You know, I rock and roll with y'all heavy. You know what it is, bro. Big SKOL here, SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw, for real. But let's go win, man. And guess what? We run the North. Yeah. Let's go, man. SKOL Vikes.